Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand. Good morning, Angela.
I see you got on your Flea Club sweatsuit today.
Yes, I'm repping Flea.
Shout out to Chicago.
Flea Club.
What was that voice?
I was trying to get it out. Flea Club.
All right. We have a shadow in here today. Teray is here in the room with us.
Hi, Teray.
Yeah. She's so tall now. I met her when she was very young.
Okay.
And she does a lot of interviews. You can see them online.
Okay.
And so she's shadowing up here with us today. So
perfect.
Be on your best behavior. Relax, okay?
No cursing, no drinking.
We don't curse anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
And who drinks in here? All right.
Not us.
And listen, yesterday my house has been a mess. I was trying to get some dry cleaning sent out. Mm-hmm. So I had told y'all about this new service I started using where they come and pick it up and then they drop it off. Because I never go to the dry cleaners. I'll have like dozens and dozens of things.
Right.
And I just changed my mind. They came yesterday. I'm not going to name the service right now.
Okay.
Now, previously, they had given me something that wasn't mine, so I called them like, this is not mine.
Oh, so, okay.
It was an item included. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, my goodness.
Now, this time, they came to pick up my stuff, but the guy was dropping off stuff.
Okay.
But it wasn't my stuff. I called for a pickup, and he thought he was dropping clothes off, so he was trying to give me somebody else's clothes.
You should have checked and seen if it was some nice stuff.
I was like,
I guess he would have came back.
No, I don't want to do that. All right. Well, anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go the old-fashioned way and go to the dry cleaners. But today is a Wealth Wednesday. Daymond John is going to be joining us. Black Entrepreneurs Day is streaming tonight, so we'll talk about that more. And of course, you have to shine a light on them. 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up and let us know who you want to shine a light on. Let's spread some love. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I'ma shine. Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here with me.
Yes. Good morning.
And it's time to shine a light. And I saw this story that I thought was amazing. This story is actually not a guy in the United States. He's in Canada.
Okay.
But he sold his company for 8 figures, and now he's using that money to build a community of tiny homes for people who need it the most.
Okay.
Okay, so... Yes, Marcel Lebrun is his name. He had a successful social media monitoring company. He sold that, made all this money, and after that, he said, I see myself as a community builder, and really what we're doing here is not just building a little community, we're building a community in a city. So he took $4 million of his own money to build the homes, and now he's about 3/4 of the way there.
Wow.
And in addition to that, he's going to have like places for them to work there too, inside of this small community, so people can make money and have homes for people who are unhoused right now.
That is amazing.
So that's really dope. So shout out to him for that. Selling his company and using the money for something positive. Okay, shine a light. Well, who do you guys want to spread some love to? Who do you want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150 is a number. Now, this is not Jasmine Brand. This is a different Jasmine. But Jasmine, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Who would you like to shine a light on?
I would like to shine the light on my boyfriend, Kobe. He's been out of work for a couple of months now. He does have a past, and he's been trying as hard as he can. He finally got a really good job with good benefits and good hours and good pay, and I'm very proud of him.
Oh, that's amazing. And I feel you. Sometimes it is really hard,
Yes, it's been a struggle.
But you know what? Things are looking up, and I'm really happy, and I know he deserves it. I know he's going to go really hard for y'all.
Thank you. I just want to let him know you got this, boy. I love you.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Hey, Lauren. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Who would you like to shine a light on?
Yes, I'd like to shine a light on my sister, Courtney. She's just the perfect example of a mother, of a sister, of a wife, of a business owner, fancy creative. I'm just so proud of her and love her to life.
She does it all. That's a lot. That's a lot of hyphens.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. See, that's the type of people you need to surround yourself with, Super
Definitely.
women.
She's a beautiful person inside and out.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was Shine a Light. And, of course, if you couldn't get through to spread some love, 800-292-5150 is a number. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. We'll be talking about Northwest, 10 years old and already doing major interviews on the front pages and the front covers of magazines. So we'll tell you what you had to say. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
She about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes, any brand. I'm my own brand.
I don't know where Mano is.
Where's
All right.
Mano?
I don't know, but this would have been a good day for our board up Nick to come dressed as Mano because
I know.
Mano's not here. All right, Northwest. She is in a new interview with ID Magazine. She's on the cover, by the way.
That's a big deal.
It is a huge deal. And amongst the things that she talked about is what she wants to do later in life. She's only 10 years old. She said, one day I want to own Yeezy and Skims and I want to be a business owner. All right. Elsewhere in the interview, she talked about her most prized fashion possession, which is a vintage velvet jacket previously owned by Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Now that's a gift.
That is a
her
gift.
mom gave her that in 2019.
Okay.
And when she was asked to name her favorite style icon, she said me.
This is Kanye's child, for
Absolutely.
sure. I love it.
So yeah, shout out to her. A lot of confidence already. But it does show you how when your kid is raised in a way to be like an entrepreneur, when you ask them, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to run this business, and have my own business.
I love that they asked her what artist she wanted to meet, and she said Tupac.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay. All right. Now, speaking of celebrity kids, Blue Ivy, Tina Knowles has done an interview, and she was on Sherry Shepherd, and she was talking about Blue Ivy on tour, on the Renaissance tour. People were loving how she was killing it, doing the choreography with her mom. But did you know it was not supposed to be a full tour? Here's what Tina Knowles had to say.
Did Blue understand like the magnitude of what she was doing?
I don't think so. I think she just loves to dance, and she was watching the girls rehearse, and she said, I think I'm ready to go on stage. And her mom said, no, I don't think so, Blue. And then she thought about it, and she said, if you work hard and you really come with it, then we'll let you go one time. So it was supposed to be a one-time thing.
Oh, and it turned out to be the whole tour.
It was magical.
Beautiful.
That's amazing.
It is also cool seeing how she started and
then how she finished.
How she got
yeah.
better each and every time.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that's a big stage to be learning on.
Not me, girl. I couldn't do it.
All right. Tina Knowles also talked about Beyonce backstage. And you can imagine the prep work that goes into everything, getting into the right frame of mind. But she would be, I guess, really mean. Here's what she told Sherry.
We laughed about this recently because I was saying, girl, you get really mean back there. And I am really happy that I don't have to be back there anymore because I used to do the quick change. We laughed because she used to do flaws and all, and she would say, in the morning, and I'll be like, in the evening too. And that concert going. And then after we get off, she'll say, Mama, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, I know. And sometimes she'd be crying. I was like, she crying because she knows she just said some crazy stuff to us. But that's the heat of the moment, so I understand it.
Funny.
Yeah.
I love how her mom be spilling it.
Yeah. But not too much.
No,
to give you a little something.
Just enough.
Right. So you can be like, let's make some headlines.
Right. Just
but
enough.
Let's not say nothing crazy. All right. Well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. I told you guys I've been working on getting my businesses together because I don't want to neglect anything. So that's why every morning, all day, after work, that's what I'm working on. And I'll talk about it. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. About Last Night is next.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
All right. It is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
You've been MIA, girl. Let's do About Last Night. What were you up to?
I was up to being a mom.
For Halloween?
For Halloween, yeah. I was...
Well, not for Halloween, but it was Halloween and you are a mom.
I was playing a mom for Halloween.
You know what we meant.
So my daughter's 2, so I bought her a little Spider-Man, Spider-Girl outfit.
Okay.
So she's only 2, so she didn't really care.
What made you decide Spider-Person?
Spider-Person, because I went on Amazon and I thought it would be easy and nothing I had to put on her head really, and it had a cute little tutu.
Okay.
And so she went to school, and then they had a little parade. So me and her dad went up to the school, and they go across the street to the old folks' home, the senior living home, and then they trick or treat there, and then they just go back across the street, and that's it.
That was it. I was looking around to see if people were trick or treating yesterday too, because I was in the city, but I had to work all day yesterday.
Right.
And I did see some kids going into certain stores,
Oh yeah.
But that was it. I think that's the. And then
do they do trick or treating in your building?
They let you opt in. So if you decide you want to, there's a list of people who are participating. So that's what they do.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And I was noticing too, because I was in the city, I didn't see a lot of people dressed up yesterday. It didn't feel the same for some reason.
But you were working mostly for the holiday.
I was also seeing how bad Halloween is for the environment.
Oh, how bad is it?
Because Halloween has a lot of like plastic decorations and the jack-o'-lanterns and things like that.
Yeah.
And so they were saying that Halloween is like terrible for the environment because of all of the, all of that.
And not that candy is really good for you. I don't know what age you start eating candy, but I don't let my 2-year-old eat candy, so I don't know what she did with what she got from the people.
Also, she got the candy, but then you take it.
Yeah, they send it home to the parents.
All right,
and then they let you do whatever you do with it. So,
well, I was at this Inclusive Capital Summit yesterday for JP Morgan. Does that sound exciting? But I will say sometimes it's important to get out of your comfort zone and do things like that. And so the way that they do it is there's founders and funders. So founders are people who are business founders, people who are entrepreneurs.
Like yourself.
And then, yes, like myself. And then there's funders, people who raise funds and have funds so that they can invest into some of these companies. It was a lot of tech companies,
good,
and a lot of health companies that people were looking to invest in.
Okay,
but I also look at other opportunities. I have Coffee Uplifts People, so even if it's an enterprise opportunity where we can provide coffee for your place of business and things like that, to me that's also like an investment.
It is.
I would love to be a client for any of these corporations, but I'm always trying to think of creative ways to help elevate my business because it's not an easy one.
No, were you comfortable in that space, or how did
it
that
depends.
feel?
Some things I'm okay with.
No, I'm talking about yesterday's.
In certain situations, in certain conversations, I do. Sometimes I feel like I have to learn more. This is over my head.
Okay.
But I've been more comfortable with pitching, and it is easy for me to talk about my business because I know a lot about it.
Yeah.
And so that's helpful for me. But even, working with nonprofits, I've met a lot of people that do things that I felt like we could really align on. So part of the mission is at some point I want to be an investor.
Yeah.
Right now I'm trying to get investments, but at some point I want to be able to help other people and be an investor into their companies. But in the meantime, I'm investing everything in my own. So,
same here. Well,
it
sounds like a productive event.
Yeah, we met some great people. Thank you to my girl Nicole Harmon from JP Morgan from Advancing Black Pathways, because she's the person that was like, Angela, you need to come to this.
Yes.
All right. Well, when we come back, it's time to tell us a secret. 800-292-5150 is the number. This is the part of the show where you get to call in. And you guys, y'all get so mad because I say no judgment. That is the whole point of the segment, y'all. It's a no judgment segment. So as mad as you want to get when people tell me wild things.
Right.
If it's a woman and I say no judgment, because the whole point of the segment is no judgment. It's not because I'm agreeing and co-signing. It's because it's a place for people to feel safe.
Yep.
All right. 800-292-5150. Tell us a secret. It's way up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
All right, it is way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
And it's time for you guys to call in and tell us a secret. 800-292-5150 is the number. Hey, anonymous caller, how are you?
I'm all right, medicated.
Oh, you say you're medicated?
Yes, always.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what type of medication?
Marijuana.
Okay. It's a legal medication, depending on what state
So do
you're
you
in.
want to tell us a secret?
Yes, okay, this is my secret. My friends and my family for the past 2 years been telling me to stop smoking weed, but I haven't. I've lied to them and told them that I have, but I haven't.
Okay.
They don't understand it keeps me out of jail.
The weed keeps you
I'm
out
allergic.
of jail.
Yes, and I have an allergy. I'm allergic to stupid people. I got
So funny.
selective bipolar and selective Tourette. And if I don't
Oh my
smoke,
gosh.
it'll all come out.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so you don't think they know that you still are self-medicating?
No, I don't think so. My friends and family, they probably stupid as hell. They drink, so
What?
you know.
How often do you self-medicate? Like how much self-medication?
I'm
do you?
medicating right now. I'm at work.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, so you have a vape or are you use edibles?
Oh, I do vape, edibles, the dry herb,
What's
are
the
so
longest
funny.
you've gone without smoking?
an 8-hour shift at work because my boss was watching me too much.
You
All
are
right,
funny.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Thanks for staying out of jail.
Hey, listen, don't tell nobody, because if I go to jail because I'm not medicated, I'm gonna catch 2 more charges.
All right, well, at least you know yourself.
She is funny.
Hey, look, don't tell nobody I'm still smoking.
Okay, we won't tell nobody.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, anonymous caller? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. You want to tell us the secret?
Well, I've been with my girl for about 4 years now, and, I love her to death, but she's not as sexually active as I'd like.
Okay. So what's the secret?
I'm thinking about going elsewhere.
What do you mean by not as sexually active? Like, how often do you guys have sex?
Maybe once a month.
Wow, that is not a lot.
How often did it used to be?
Well, like when we first got together, almost every day.
I mean, that's normal when you...
Do you guys have any kids or anything? Like, what changed?
I don't know. We don't have kids together, but we do have kids.
What happens when you tell her?
I've told her, and she's like, I know, I'm trying. And she always says her hormones are off. Or, it's just always something.
Well, I do want to say, man, if you're going to cheat, you might as well break up.
I guess just leave, right?
I can't say that. I mean, it might be things you need to work on. I don't know what she's going through in her life personally. I don't know if she's seen a doctor to see what the issue is. So it's hard to say. But if you love her and you want to stay with her.
She's got into a holistic doctor. I do love her. I want to be with her, but I have needs as well.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I feel like this is a complaint for guys. Guys always say that their sex drive is higher than whoever they're with.
Do you masturbate a lot?
No. I shouldn't have to, though, right? I got a woman right at home.
Ideally, no, you should not. All right, well, listen, it's a no judgment zone, so we are hoping that y'all work it through and see what the issues are. But in the meantime...
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, that's all I can say. No judgment. Thank you. All right, well, that was Tell Us a Secret. 800-292-5150 is a number in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have Yeetie, and we are going to be talking about Kevin Hart and Funny Marco. They were trending yesterday after this interview that they did together. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Yeetie is next.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yeetie.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Yes, and let's get into some Yeetie right away. Let's talk about Funny Marco. Open thoughts. He had Kevin Hart on the show.
Okay.
And it is definitely a big deal. They had a pretty funny interview. Now, one of the things that he asked him for was some advice. Listen to this.
What do you feel like advice for me and other people?
Advice? Like,
yeah,
you
advice.
say, what do I feel like advice is for you?
What you got? Because you got some stuff.
What the are you saying, man? What are you saying? Are you saying advice? Like, what advice would I want to give somebody, or what are people's vices? What are you saying?
What are the advices you got for the people?
My advice to everybody is to live your life to the fullest.
Can you add a little bit more onto it?
And the editing is funny because the way they have the music. There was one part where Kevin Hart is talking about how many fights he's ever had, and he said he's 4-0. He's never lost a fight.
Okay,
and then he described all 4 fights.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Was it funny? Of course it was.
Funny. It was pretty funny. Another thing that Kevin Hart did, and look, and listen, I know Kevin Hart knew what this interview was going to be before he went into it.
Absolutely.
And so here's what he had to say about being a big deal and Funny Marco not being prepared.
When's a good time to give a motivation speech? A, when someone's hitting you. B, when somebody got you in the headlock. Or C, just answer the question.
Marco, what the is happening? I'm saying this humbly. I'm a big guest. I thought that you would have some question. That's not a question worth you get what I'm saying?
That's so funny.
Yeah, you got to watch the full thing. It is a pretty funny interview. So shout out to the two of them for doing that. And seemingly it looks like they had a good time.
He told him, I'm a big guest.
Let me see how many numbers this Open Thoughts Funny Marco's podcast interview got so far. Because I think it just came out yesterday. You know me, I see something trending, I'm on it.
Yeah.
All right, so far it's got over 1 million views.
Oh, wow. And it just came out yesterday?
Yeah.
That's huge.
All right, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes. I was just asking you this morning what happened. Well, it turns out they have a new podcast deal right here at iHeartMedia. If you guys recall, both of them got let go from ABC News. They co-anchored Good Morning America, GMA 3. And people felt like their relationship became an internal and external disruption. So now they have a podcast called Amy and TJ, and that'll be premiering on December 5th. They'll, quote, get behind the microphone to explore meaningful conversations about current events, pop culture, and everything in between. Nothing is off limits.
Can I just say something? 2 things. Number 1, this premieres on my birthday, December 5th.
Whoop, whoop.
Number 2, The first episode, they better be talking about the drama, okay? All right.
And I can't imagine that they would want to avoid that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So it's just funny that I was just asking about it.
You literally just said this morning, what happened to them? And then I saw the story.
Yep. All right, and shout out to Common. He actually just got honored with the Newcomer Award at Black Theater United's inaugural United Gala. He definitely loves doing his acting.
Yeah.
He made his Broadway debut in Between Riverside and Crazy just last year. Mm-hmm. And so he's not yet an EGOT winner, but I think he'll end up at some point, maybe if he keeps on this path, getting a Tony. So he went on Instagram reflecting on that. He said, last night I was really happy and grateful to have been honored with the Newcomer Award. Receiving this award is a great privilege to me, as from a young age, I've always aspired to do theater. This year, those dreams came true when I was given the opportunity to star alongside Stephen McKinley Henderson in Between Riverside and Crazy on Broadway. Being honored alongside amazing individuals such as Samuel L. Jackson and LaTanya Richardson Jackson, Candy Burris, he said, it's so inspiring and it's a huge privilege to be witness to all the creativity and love that all the honorees and everyone at BTU inspires.
That's dope. Good for him. Sidebar. You think he's still dating J. Hud?
I think so. They were pictured together not that long ago. They both from Chicago.
A cute couple.
It's a cute couple.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, when we come back, that's your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar. And one of them is about a couple who the woman just found out that her husband married her because he lost a bet.
Oh, my God.
All right. 800. Well, you don't got to call for that. It's Under the Radar when we come back. It's way up.
This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
And we are going under the radar. These are stories that are not necessarily in the headlines.
Okay.
All right. So this story I saw on, I think it was is it called the Atlanta Black Star? But one woman is talking about how her husband married her because of a bet. And she didn't find out until later. She said in her early 20s, she worked in a call center. It was loud and rowdy. All of the employees were young and rambunctious. She ended up marrying this one guy, and she said a lot of the guys on the floor showed her a great deal of attention, but she was a pastor's kid and a virgin. Right. And so she thought that would mean people would stay away from her, but actually people were more drawn to her because of that.
Okay.
So she went on to date one guy in particular who stood out to her, and she said, I would go on to marry this gentleman. We started a family together as a very young couple, and one day she was at a party with mutual friends who worked in the call center, and he let it slip out that there had been a bet when they all worked there about who could take her virginity.
Oh, no.
And her husband was indeed part of that bet.
Oh, no.
And he said even though he was motivated by the bet, when he did get to know her, he fell in love and doesn't regret tying the knot.
Okay. That's still kind of what hurt my feelings.
Imagine how that feels.
Yeah, especially she was a virgin, so this was a really big deal for her. And to find out...
That is a bet gone too far, like if he got married for that. But he said he did grow to love her. They started a family.
He did grow to love her. Oh, my God.
I mean, maybe once they started dating, because she said they would talk on the phone for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, he liked her, but still.
And they went on, but that's still, ouch.
He should have told her, too, at some point.
I don't know. He probably thought she'd never know. But the fact that everybody else knew.
That doesn't feel good.
All right. Now, people who use Facebook and Instagram in about 30 European countries will soon have a choice to pay $17 a month for Facebook and Instagram. And that would be so they can stop seeing ads. All right. So that's not Facebook and Instagram without ads isn't available in the United States. Now, you may be asking who would be wanting to pay for something that is free right now. But they did say that people do pay for YouTube to watch videos without ads.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Under that model subscription, maybe people would pay for Facebook and Instagram without ads. I actually kind of like the ads because they target the stuff that you look at already. Well, and I'm like, oh, there's a sale.
I always get shoes and stuff like that and shopping and stuff like that. So I like the ads too.
Yeah, so I think I'd rather keep my ads. Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, and DoorDash, and this is something that we suspected, but DoorDash is now warning you that your food might get cold if you don't tip. Orders without tips included ahead of time are less lucrative to drivers, which means you might be waiting longer. All right, so in other words, if you've noticed that you're not a good tipper, and your food takes a long time to get there, it might be because you didn't tip. And they're like, we're going to do this order first, this order, this order, this order, and then we'll get to you when we get to you.
Okay.
Now, DoorDash spokesperson Jen Rosenberg said every day Dashers go the extra mile to help connect consumers with the best of their local communities. That's why we encourage customers to show their appreciation by tipping. As independent contractors, Dashers have full freedom to accept or reject offers based on what they view as valuable and rewarding.
Interesting. I wonder what their base pay is, though.
And the other thing is sometimes you tip in cash. And so that wouldn't be on there. So now your food might get there late, and then you might be like,
I wonder if you can tell them, like, we'll tip when you
can send a message.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. And we got the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, it's a Wealth Wednesday, and Daymond John will be joining us. And Black Entrepreneurs Day is going to be streaming on blackentrepreneursday.com. So you can watch that tonight. But make sure y'all check in for our interview for Wealth Wednesday. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Make sure you check out the JasmineBrand.com too for a lot of these stories.
Yes.
All right, ex-NBA star Joe Smith. He found out that his girlfriend has an OnlyFans page. Now, I'm going to be honest. I thought this whole thing was a skit originally when this happened. Listen to this.
I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, the disrespect that comes with it, that you couldn't even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit,
All right, so he was upset, and she felt like she shouldn't have to tell him, my body, my choice. Well, she also revealed that he left home due to her starting that OnlyFans. She was on TMZ Live. Here's what she said.
He's pretty pissed off with me. I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now. I've had the page for at least over a year, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife. And it's no secret Joe's financial issues. And I'm sorry, you knew I was an adult video star when you met me. If I would do anything for my own survival then, what makes you think that would change now?
She did it for them.
It really does sound staged. The way let's just recording him, his reaction, and then going on TMZ to talk about his reaction again. It sounds like she's trying to get us to go to her OnlyFans, or also maybe to get on a reality show or something.
And I did not know his financial problems.
Me neither. I didn't even,
because she said we all know.
Well, I didn't even know him, and this is no shade to him. But I was not familiar with him.
So he made over $61 million, but taxes and agent fees reduce his earnings, leaving him with approximately $18 million. Okay. So that doesn't sound like too struggle at all. But anyway, you have an update.
Oh yeah, I do have an update. I thought, okay, I'm sorry. Let me scroll up really quick. And the update is he's not going to leave her over this. He'll probably come around. So they won't be getting a divorce over this, but obviously this is a big issue.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. OnlyFans. Look, I'm trying to help the whole family out.
I want to see some of her work. I'm not going to lie, but I guess that's the whole point of this.
Well, go sign in, because now they just made a whole lot more money with this whole story. All right. Now, Marcus Jordan said that he wants his dad to be his best man when he gets married to Larsa Pippen. He's definitely getting ready for this whole wedding, and he was on Pablo Torre Finds Out. The two of them were actually on there together. Okay. Marcus and Larsa, and here's what he had to say.
It's in the works. I don't think we have like a date. We're still talking about locations and party size and all of that stuff. So it's not really concrete yet, but it'll happen.
Do you want your dad to give a toast at your wedding? How does this work?
Yeah, look, I was the best man at his wedding and the best man at my brother's wedding. And so obviously we'll keep that tradition going.
Huh.
You think they all wear Jordans?
Of course they will.
Okay.
You're friendly with him. Do you see them two walking down the aisle?
Listen, I don't know. Okay. You never know what could happen.
Okay, all right.
Because you could know somebody really, really well and
then not have.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I didn't think they were really dating at first.
I've never seen him so public, so this is really different.
It's different for him.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Lauren London is going to get paid $5.6 million, and that's going to be for Nipsey Hussle's son, and they'll split 50% of the Marathon Clothing Company, according to court documents obtained by Radar Online.
Okay.
Black Sam submitted his final accounting report that revealed the estate's assets. He was appointed to take control of Nipsey's finances after his death. And the only two beneficiaries are Nipsey's son, Cross, who he had with Lauren London, and his daughter, Imani, who he had with his ex, Tanisha Foster.
Okay.
All right, so the estate had around $11 million on hand, and so there you go, family. And I'm sure that's what he would have wanted, his kids.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, I want to talk about boundaries at work. All right. Robert De Niro was testifying in court. Apparently, his assistant has a civil suit against him, and that is for work behavior and issues that they've had together. He's also countersuing her, and I want to talk about some of the things that we found out from these documents and what was happening during the testimony in this trial. At one point, he made her go to Nobu at 11 p.m. at night to bring him a drink.
Oh, that drink was probably
and
tasty.
deliver it to him.
Yeah.
It's probably a lychee martini.
Oh, I love
But we'll
those.
talk about it when we come back. I want to know about boundaries at work. All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn the volume up. Y'all be way up with Angela Yee.
Break them down.
More now. It's going down.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes, happy November.
Yeah,
Angela.
happy November.
Yeah.
And we're talking about boundaries at work. All right. Now, I know a lot of times people will be like, when I'm outside of work, do not call me. Do not ask me to do anything. But then I know there's some people, the way that they work is I'm on call 24 hours. If you wake me up out my sleep. And I feel like most of my jobs have been like that.
Yeah, and it depends on the industry, obviously. Certain jobs I understand, but there are jobs where it kind of doesn't stop all the time.
My first job out of college was working for Wu-Tang, and I remember I used to have to book the car services for everybody because people were abusing the car service. And so people would call me at like 2 a.m. in the morning, like I need a ride from the studio.
Yeah.
And I would have to get up and like literally call just to do car services.
Those kind of jobs,
people.
you don't really have a life, I feel like.
Yeah, you
or it's
can,
limited, like, you know, in terms of having your own life.
Because imagine I don't answer the phone and now they're like, yo, we were trying to reach you. And so you have to know that ahead of time. Some people, especially as an executive assistant, well, Robert De Niro was having problems with his assistant, Chase Robinson. And she actually first sued him. This is a civil suit for gender. That she said that he oversaw a workplace with gender discrimination through his company, Canal Productions. She was an executive assistant for over a decade and subjected her to gratuitous, unwanted physical contact. Well, he denied it and filed a countersuit and said that she improperly charged hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of personal expenses like meals, Uber rides to the company credit card, and also stole 5 million Delta Sky miles for personal vacations. And then during working hours, he was binge watching Netflix shows, according to his countersuits.
Now, everything you just said, my Delta Sky
I knew you were gonna
miles
say that.
that's where you've gone too far.
Right, and you know, in one instance, they asked him about a delivery from Nobu. And by the way, he does co-own Nobu.
Oh, that's different.
Robert De Niro.
Okay.
And so the lawyer asked him, one time you really wanted a particular martini at Nobu and you asked her to deliver it for you, yes? And they said it was at 11 p.m. And he said, that would have been one time. That's different. And now they also said that he called his assistant at her grandmother's funeral.
That's a bit much.
She had an issue with that. And you know what he said? I don't know if they were putting the body in the ground.
Now, that's funny.
Right. So he said he made 2 phone calls while she was at her grandmother's funeral. And he explained why he thought it was okay while he was on the stand. He didn't know that, and I guess she had told him at a certain point that it would be fine for him to call her. But at a day like that, maybe just take a break.
Yeah.
And let her do her mourning and grieving.
Yeah, give her some time.
But yeah, so for everybody out there, if you have an assistant or if you're in a place of work, just make sure you set those boundaries.
Yeah, for sure.
On both ends.
Yeah. It sounds like they both might have been blurred.
Yeah. All right. Well, when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is a number. Any question you have, I'm here. And Jasmine Brand is here. And we want to help you out. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Relationship or career advice. Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
Hey, Jasmine. And it's
Angela.
time for Ask Yee, where we give advice to our listeners. 800-292-5150. We have Marco on the line. What's up, Marco?
What's up, Yee? What up, man?
What's good? What's your question?
So I just took my girl out. She just turned 40. And, you know, I've been looking it up on Google because she got a 9-year-old. So for the future, I'm looking to have more children. And I feel like it's going to be difficult with her. She says she's had complications. And, you know, she's kind of an older woman now. So I don't know if I should continue to short myself in a relationship by not being able to have a family in the future. Or just keep trying for that in the future.
And Jasmine could chime in here, too, because Jasmine has a 2-year-old.
And I'm older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she had her child above 40 also. But I do want to say when it comes to women and fertility and children and complications, that can happen in your 20s, 30s. It's never a given.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say what people are going through, but what she can do, when you guys are serious about it, there's a lot of different options.
Yep.
whether it's IVF, IUI, whether it's her, because she still will have eggs to freeze if she chooses to do that also.
Right.
And I think if she wants to have kids and you want to also, there's a lot of ways that you can make that happen, but it's never a guarantee. It could not be a guarantee with somebody younger. And I do know that as women get older, it is more difficult, but that doesn't mean
it's impossible.
It's impossible. And that could happen to someone at any age, but it really is just a matter of, making sure that you explore whatever is available to you.
How old are you?
Yes.
31.
He's 31.
I just turned 31. Yeah.
I think if you guys are serious, or when you are serious, maybe she goes to the doctor and you all have a conversation with her OBGYN. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I should try that factor, because we have talked about having another child and stuff like that, but I know that the age gap and stuff like that, it's like, if I stay with her another 2 years, she'll be 42 and there'll be much more complications than me being 33 at the time, and now I want to have a family,
Right. And listen, we've talked to doulas, and you should, Latham Thomas, she was up here, and she was saying that they always call it a geriatric pregnancy.
They do,
over like 35.
Yeah.
But, back in the day, yes, people used to have kids a lot younger. They also used to die a lot younger. Mm-hmm. And modern technology and things have changed a lot. So I would be always, it's a concern because that's what you want to do, but I wouldn't count it out.
Okay.
All right.
So I shouldn't just get a side chick and get her pregnant.
No, you should not, Marco.
Mark, I'm going to punch you through this phone,
Marco,
okay?
You know what?
But listen, Angela, I want to say this to Marco. Is it just the fact that kids might be an issue, or do you feel like she's just too old for you in general?
No, I don't have an issue with her age. Nah.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's just concerned about having kids.
She just turned 40, so she was 39 when I met her, and we just been dating. So
Okay.
I celebrated her birthday, but now I'm thinking about it,
yeah, they'll tell you
it's 8 months now. I need something more.
She could do both. She could even freeze her eggs.
Yeah, she could.
But you also could start trying, and then if there's issues in a couple of years or whatever, at least she has frozen her eggs, and she could do that now. But it's a lot of different options nowadays too.
Yep, and just have a conversation with her and her doctor, and then you guys will really be, educated on what the options are.
For sure. Thanks so much.
All right. Good luck, Marco.
Good luck.
Polo.
All right.
Okay. I couldn't help it. All right. Well, that was Ask Ye. 800-292-5150 is the number in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, Daymond John is joining us for Wealth Wednesday with my partner, Stacey Tisdale. And we'll be talking about Black Entrepreneurs Day, which is today. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
And I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And of course, my Wealth Wednesday partner, Stacey Tisdale, is here with me.
Happy Wealth Wednesday, because I am so excited about our guest today.
Yeah, me too. Daymond John. What's
The
up,
shark.
Daymond?
Oh man, thanks so much for having me. Yeah, it's all good here. I'm excited. What's happening?
Well, listen, Black Entrepreneurs Day is streaming today.
Yes.
So everybody
Yeah.
can have a chance to get that knowledge that, by the way, I just want to put it out there. Thank you, Daymond. Since you've been doing this, right, in 2020, I've been, helping and supporting as a co-host every single year. So I definitely appreciate you for always making that call for me to come in and participate.
Well, it is an honor, and I appreciate you giving us and blessing us with your presence, your insight, your following, your professionalism. It is just always it's always a blessing. So thank you.
Also, congratulations. You have given out $750,000 in grants through this. And I know
it's $750, and we will almost hit the $1 million mark tonight, and it is amazing. So, yeah, I think the beautiful thing about it is, first of all, a lot of people don't understand. We've been giving away chunks of $25,000 with the NAACP grants, right? I've also collected these sponsors for a very specific reason. If you didn't win the money, that's fine. But if you tune in tonight, and if you want to know where should I get the best business insurance, and all these companies have had resources
Right.
at the time or prior to when I started out of the frustration of George Floyd. So when you go in and you go, man, I need telecommunication information on how to set up wait a minute, T-Mobile has all this. I need insurance for my business. Okay, the general. I need to know, I don't want to deal with retail. How do I open a store? Oh my God, Shopify. And how do I get some funding with some, with other grants and other loans? Oh, Chase, right? Where do I get materials? Lowe's. And the reason why we bring these people in is they don't just give money. They go, here's resources that we have for free. And I'm just trying to create this universe because us as African American and anybody, it's too confusing. The good people like us who are trying to just really give and get stuff out there, We're not scamming you. We don't have anything else but what we're trying to do. This is the people that I know, that I trust, that have been doing the right thing by us. And here's a database for them to use.
Right now, I'm here with Stacey Tisdale for Wealth Wednesday. We're talking to Daymond John. And I think that's important too. Just the mentorship that's available, the free courses, the information. Another thing I will say about actually physically being there, and now when you join the stream, you can do this too, is being in a room with other entrepreneurs. And that's important too, because I feel like that network of people who support each other, I've met so many people personally. And so I just think being around like-minded people, a lot of times we get into this rut of our circle of people who we're around, and we can be really reluctant to expand that. And being an entrepreneur can be really lonely too at times, where you feel like nobody understands your plight. But when you can talk to other people and feel like, okay, you understand what I'm going through. Well, I went through this, but how did you handle that? That's a great support system too, just to be able to see that and be in the room and be on watching the stream live and talking to people, because you can also have conversations there, right?
100%, right? You're going to be in there with entrepreneurs. And then let's think about it like this. You know, it's no secret. There's a lot of systemic issues that have happened. It even happens till today when COVID money's handed down and we get little to none of it. But you don't have an excuse now. Why? Because you're going up against other African-American businesses pitching. So now it's all about come with your A game. Then when you're in those rooms and you're talking to other people, you may be like, well, how did you get your, can you give me $1 million? No, you can't, but how did you get your first $1 million? As you come up, you move into different rooms with different people, but you only do that by getting outside of your box.
What would your tips be to an entrepreneur who they're like, well, my head's to the grindstone 24/7. I barely have time for this. Sometimes things like mentoring and finding those support groups, we just don't feel like we have the time or the bandwidth to do it, and we can't get out of our own way.
Well, first of all, to know that you need to get out of your own way, because that's exactly what we try to do. We try to learn everything, and because when we come up, we haven't had many people that can help us, and nobody came from legacy wealth. But the more importantly, first of all, I think you're right. You got to educate yourself on something, whether that's a book or YouTube or whatever the case is. But secondary, when you want help from other people, you have to see how can you be of service to them more importantly than they can be of service to you, because it's bartering, right? OPM is not other people's money. It's other people's mind power, manpower, manufacturing, marketing. So if I wanted really help and I was starting a clothing line, well, I'm going to go over to both of you and say, well, how do I communicate this effectively on my social media? And you'll tell me, and I'll say, but what can I make for you that you can have, that you sell for yourself? And now we have a symbiotic trade. So I'm borrowing your knowledge and your customers, and you're borrowing my fabric and my skill set. The kids call it collabo, whatever you call it.
Collab. All right, it is a Wealth Wednesday, and Daymond John from Shark Tank, founder of FUBU and founder of Black Entrepreneurs Day, is here with us. We'll be back with more when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Stacey Tisdale, my partner for Wealth Wednesday, is here. We are talking to Daymond John about Black Entrepreneurs Day. Now, Daymond, I noticed also as I was guest hosting behind the scenes, you had a lot of young people there. We had girl Jazzy from Jazzy's World. Also, the McClure twins were asking questions, and you even had your daughter backstage. Why is that important to you to have the younger generation involved in seeing things like this?
So it's funny, right? My daughter was making the little bracelets. I hope she didn't hustle you for one. Because I told her, I said, Daddy is the one there, and I don't want people feeling bad. So you should sit aside and you should say hi and make their bracelets with Chanel, with Coco and IC's daughter, right? So she was realizing, how to sell. But then she got out of hand. But when she gets on stage and she gives it to one of our surprise guests, a huge legendary rapper, she said, I want to give him a bracelet. She gave him one. And then she said, Daddy, he owed me $5. I was like, no. You gave it to him as a gift. He owed me $5. So now my next book's going to be Little Nika Learns to Pause.
Yeah, good luck
she's
with
like
that.
A mother. She's like a mother. She's either this way or that way. There's no middle. There's
But
no
she is right.
Hold it for a while. See how you like it.
You do owe $5. I mean...
She does. And then Chanel, Coco IC's daughter, then make an excuse out like, you don't need to buy out. I know, but how I'm going to pay her? That's my partner.
Right.
So, if you start thinking like that at a young age, like our habits are made at 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. You know, they're not made at 14 and 18. We start thinking about who we want to be, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right now I'm here with Stacey Tisdale for Wealth Wednesday. We're talking to Daymond John.
When our audience tunes in tonight at 7 p.m. at blackentrepreneursday.com, tell us about some of your favorite moments from the conversations you had.
Well, my favorite moment, I'm going to give you a surprise. It was really a surprise. The mayor of New York City showed up and he gave me 2 proclamations, one from the state and one from the city for Black Entrepreneurs Week. So it's officially now within 4 years, we have become now the largest streamed entrepreneurial program, on the internet, and I've gotten a proclamation. But then I was fortunate enough, I brought out my man Ice-T, Flavor Flav. Then when I got to see the old and the young, I got to see Rick Ross. I said, Rick, what's up? You want Flavor Flav? He was like, that would be historical. Me on the stage, Ricky Rose, Flavor Flav, who really is the ultimate name when it comes to hip hop and hype man on the Apollo stage. Let's go. So we just had a really good time. Whoopi Goldberg talked about being an African American woman, and think about how hard it was for her coming up in the industry and dominating all 4 areas of the arts. So you're going to learn a lot of stuff, but more importantly, these people in Shaquille O'Neal, these people are talking about their lowest point of their life when they had nothing, and what did they do to get out of it. Not about the gloss. They're talking about the lowest part of their life, so more of us can relate to it.
And Cedric the Entertainer was there, Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it was honestly such an amazing vibe. It was a great time, but so much information being learned at the same time that it was entertaining. And when the mayor came out to give you October 21st, I believe is Black Entrepreneurs Day, you had no idea what was happening. We were like...
No, I almost teared up, and I was like, I ain't trying to tell anybody cast at the Apollo, because I had half my boys out there, they were never gonna let me go. Hey, yo, son, what's up, man? You all right?
No, he really didn't know. We were like, what happened to the script? Like, what is going on? And they were like, no, something is going on right now.
I'm so happy for you.
I definitely commend you for that. Like, very well deserved. It was an amazing experience.
You can get all of these gems and more tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on blackentrepreneursday.com. It's really going to be special, and I want to really see that part where you're trying to hold back tears.
I'll be watching too, just because.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe the cameras are really close, but then you'll see this, you see a little bit of that.
And Daymond, when you're back in New York, please make sure you come and sit down with me, because I feel like there's so many things that we can get into, but I appreciate you always.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you for being the smiling, beautiful face of the show where, you make me look good. So I appreciate you always. Thank you both.
All right. Well, that was a Wealth Wednesday, and thank you so much to Daymond John for joining us. When we come back, we have the last word. That's where you guys get to ask any questions that you might have. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Last word is next.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes, I'm here, Angela.
I'm not just that brand. Well, what day is today? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
All right. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tonight, I got to go to Dougie Fresh has a gala.
Ooh.
I'm being honored.
Of course you're being honored.
But
of course you are.
So I'll be there tonight. Okay. You're coming.
I'll be your date. I'll be your plus one.
Thank you very much. And so you guys have a safe day. Thank you again to Daymond John for stopping through for Wealth Wednesday. Make sure you're a watch blackentrepreneursday.com at 7 p.m. tonight. So you can see all of that streaming live.
And you're on there, right?
I'm on there. I'm actually hosting with Daymond John.
Perfect.
He has a lot of great guests. Shaq, Whoopi Goldberg, Cedric the Entertainer.
Wow.
Anthony Anderson. Carrie Champion.
That's a good lineup.
It's a stacked lineup. Ice-T, Flavor Flav, Rick Ross. It's a lot going on.
Okay.
So y'all check that out tonight. And of course, you have the last word, 800-292-5150.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Ray, and I was trying to get in touch with you, Miss Angela. I am a entrepreneur, but I'm also an inventor. I am on the threshold of the most amazing invention of our time. I just need some help. And I want to discuss with this project with you, and then maybe we can put together a team. It is new technology. It will change the way we drive. It will change the way we operate our vehicles and a range of other areas.
Hey, I just want to shine a light on all of the social workers in the public school districts all across America. Thank you guys for doing your part, and shout out to my parents for being involved in the school districts for so long. Awesome.
Way Up with Angela Yee.